Well, hello, and you're very, very welcome to day 3 of our Transform Your Home Challenge. My apologies for starting 10 minutes later than I should have. It's a mistake I've never made before, but I actually forgot to set up the broadcast studio, and StreamYard wouldn't allow me to do a simultaneous broadcast, so I had to wait 10 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed your cup of tea, and I do hope that everybody who was there at 3 o'clock will actually come and join me now. And I'll sit here and wait for a minute and just hope that you can join me. Somebody's there. Oh, please, whoever's there, let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me, that everything looks as it normally does. Oh, have I got my comments set up? I do. Yeah, let me know who's there. Please let me know who's there, and whoever's there, let me know where you are in the world as well, and let me know what you're up to, what your design challenge is, what your particular project is, because I just want to know. So we've had a great 2 days so far. On Monday, we talked about the pain points that we have, the things that actually stop us from achieving the design that we want to achieve. Catherine is here. Fantastic, Catherine. That's great. And it's Shirley. Brilliant. That's fantastic. Delighted to see you. It's lovely to see the familiar faces and the familiar names coming in. That's just brilliant. So keep me right, girls. If my sound is not good, if my light is not good, let me know. But on Monday, we talked about the pain points. Very important topic. And a lot of you had lots of revelations, you know, when you did your homework and going through that module. It was important. It was really good. It was a really good. I loved it because everybody has different pain points and you need to be aware of them, because until you're aware of them, you can't actually solve them. So there was lots of paracetamol handed out on Monday, but all in a very good way. And then yesterday we talked about another very important topic, and it was discovering what your own interior design style is. Because thankfully we all have a different design style. Life would be very boring if we all liked the same things. So it's really, really important. And if you haven't watched that video, do go and watch it. Watch both of them. They're on replay. They're here forever. Well, for as long as this group lasts. But they will be here, and just watch them. And this weekend is a bank holiday weekend. It's a really good time to get stuck into them. And a lot of people like Catherine and Shirley and loads of the girls who have actually done the masterclass are actually doing the challenge, and they're finding it really beneficial. So I'm delighted about that, absolutely delighted about that. Okay, so today, I hope I haven't caused confusion now by not being here at 3 o'clock. Hope people didn't pop in at 3 o'clock and then think, gosh, she's not there, and didn't know to hang on till 10 past 3. And I'm really, really, really sorry about that. But you will be able to watch this in the replay. And if you're watching it on the replay later, just treat it as if you're watching normally live and send me a little message and say I'm here on the replay. But do let me know what your projects are and what you're up to. And today's topic, a few people said to me, God, that's an odd topic for the challenge, Anne. Actually, if you're here as well, give me lots of thumbs up and hearts, because Facebook loves that. And the more hearts and thumbs up that you give me, the more other people are going to see the video. They'll show it to more people, and that's what I want. But yeah, a few people said to me, gosh, today's an odd topic. Aspect, you know, what has aspect got to do with interior design? Well, let me tell you something. Aspect is one of the most important and influential things that can affect your interior design. You need to know what your aspect is. So if you don't have a Compass app on your phone, will you please, that was part of your homework yesterday, to download one onto your phone. I use this non-stop. I used to have an old-fashioned compass that I used to keep in my keyring. Now I just use my phone. But it's really important that you get to know the aspect of every room in your house and get to know the aspect of your house. And what I mean by this is, where is your north-facing space? Where is your south-facing space? Where is your east-facing and where is your west-facing? Because all of them will have such a big impact on the look and feel of your rooms, and it will just affect your colours, it will affect your mood in that room, it will affect everything. So I have a funny feeling I've messed up by not being here at 3 o'clock, because normally people are quite quick to come in, and that's not happening now, so I am so sorry. But anyway, for everybody who is here, I'm just delighted, absolutely thrilled that you're here, and thank you for taking the time to join in live, because you know I love company and it's always better when there's some of you here. So, and for anybody popping in, just let me know later on when you pop in. So the most challenging space in any home is your north facing space. There's no doubt about that. In a north facing space, just the absence of light means that your space is more gloomy. A child will know that it's not as happy a space as somewhere that's flooded and filled with south facing light. But there are many things that you can do to help this along. And one thing, well, first and foremost, you know that I love to get as much light as I possibly can into any room. So do try and open back your windows as far as you can, and be particularly mindful of the light at the top of your window. That light actually travels the furthest. So if you have the top of your windows unimpeded, that light will actually come in and hit the back of your room and will travel further. Who is that? Somebody saying, hi, I'm delighted to be able to tune in today. Again, Facebook is doing this to me. Maybe Facebook is penalising me because I was late. It's saying Facebook user, but listen, I don't know who that is, but I'm delighted that you're here. Absolutely delighted that you're here live. So anyway, top of your window is really, really, really important. And this is particularly important if you're hanging Roman blinds. So don't have your Roman blinds blocking off a lot of the top of your window. Just hang them higher. Same with your curtains. Hang your curtains higher and hang your pole higher so that you get as much light as you can in, and bring it as far as possible into the room. Another little tip is, if you've got bulky furniture, say you've got a bookcase or a big console or something like that, a tall piece that's always been by the window, try moving it to another part of the room, because oftentimes the gable end of that bookcase will actually block light from coming in. And in a north facing space, you need as much light as you possibly can to make that room more uplifting and more pleasurable and joyful to be in. It's Catherine. Brilliant, Catherine. I'm delighted you're here. I forgot you're on your Easter holidays. That's great. So yeah, north facing is challenging, and colour is really, really important. So in a north facing space, because you've got the dull light and because you've got this gloominess that happens because of an absence of light, what I want you to do, sorry, somebody's ringing me. I knew that was Fidelma. I'm sorry, I'll get her later on. I just knew that would happen as soon as I went live. So in your north facing space, be very, very careful of something. Greys, I love my greys, but grey and north facing spaces are particularly challenging. All greys have got an undertone of a colour. They either have a grey or a green or a blue or a lilac or a greyish undertone. And the green and the blue, particularly in a north facing space, will turn very blue and very green. So you do need to be mindful. If you haven't seen my 50 Shades of Grey video, watch it. You'll find it on my Room Junkie Facebook page, and I'll pop it in here as well, because it's invaluable in teaching you what greys to use where. And in fact, I actually wrote an article as well on what colours to put in a south facing space, a north facing space, an east facing space, and a west facing space. If you don't have it, let me know and I will send it to you. And I could pop it up here as well, because it's very, very useful, because you will use different colours and different undertones of colours in these different spaces. So yellow toned colours are actually really, really good in a north facing space, believe it or not. So if you're going with creams or whites, go with ones that have a yellow undertone, because they actually do create some sunshine in a north facing space and help to just create this uplifting feeling, which works very, very well. So be careful. Now, another thing that you can do in north facing space, if you want to do this, you can embrace the darkness and paint your rooms a deeper, darker colour. Go with navies, aubergines, greens in a deeper shade, and deliberately have the darkness as your basis for the design, if you like. This works better obviously in rooms that you use at night time or evening time, because the darker colours with ambient light and layers light, you know, with your lamps and wall lights and candles and everything, it's cozy and it's warm and it's gorgeous. And this is north facing at its best. This is a perfect way of working with a north facing space. But if, say, your north facing space is your kitchen, well, I don't think that you particularly want to embrace the darkness in your kitchen. I know that I certainly wouldn't. I would be going for warmer colours with a yellow undertone, colours that will not turn deep and gloomy and sad. So if anybody does have a north facing kitchen, particularly because your kitchen is such an important space in your house, do get in touch with me and I'll send you the article with the colours that you can use in these spaces, because that will be extremely useful for you. Now, whenever As always, if you're picking a paint colour, what you must do is get a swatch of the paint, or paint up a swatch of the paint, and check that paint out in nighttime and in daytime. Check it out in different places, beside your window, away from your window, in darker corners of the room, because this will have a massive bearing on the way that colour will look in your space. Sorry, there's lots of beeps coming in. I'm wondering, are people trying to get in here and can't? Gosh, I'm really sorry if that's the case. Really sorry. Sandra saying, are you gone live yet? I am live. Why can people not? I'm going to answer this email or message if you don't mind. I'm live. Sorry, I have messed up big time here. Oh dear. Okay, I'm sorry about this. I think a lot of people are going to be watching this video on the replay. Gosh, I'm really sorry. Don't normally do something like that, but I'm really sorry. But we'll get over it. It'll be fine. So anyway, your north facing space is hard to work with, but you just work with what you've got. You pick your colours carefully. You remember the yellow undertones. Remember the deeper colours if you want to go that way, and just don't have watch the blues, watch the greens, watch anything that might have a bit of ice in it. Oh, Kavina, saying you're fine. Thank you, Kavina. If you're here, I'm okay. Kavina's my lucky star. Blue colours, anything with a cool undertone is not what you want. Go with warmer undertones is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I don't know why those beeps are coming in. My phone is turned off. Don't know. Sorry. Hi guys, and thanks for popping in. So in a north facing space, go warm. Go warmer undertones. Check out the colours that I have picked for you. It took 7 hours to write that article. My husband thought I was nuts, but at the end of it I realised it's actually a gift, because it will help you a lot in choosing colours for a north facing space. So embrace the yellow undertones, go with warmer undertones, stay well away from the cool undertones, watch your lilacs, your greens, your blues, the greys that have a blue or green or lilac undertone. Anything that's going to turn gloomy in your space, you don't want it. You want lightness, brightness and uplifting space. Now conversely, your south facing space is a joy to decorate and design, because all that lovely sunshine coming in from the south is going to create so much uplifting gorgeousness in your space. So this is why when you're building a new home, I ask you to embrace your south and west aspect. Have as much of your house and the space, particularly your kitchen space, facing south and due south if you can, because it's a gift, and it's a gift of light that will create this wonderful uplifting feeling in your kitchen, regardless of whether, yesterday we talked about styles, doesn't matter if you're into transitional or traditional or, you know, modern, contemporary, doesn't matter. In a south facing space, you get away with pretty much anything. It is a joy to decorate a south facing space. Someone else is coming in, it's just telling me it's a Facebook user, but I know you're much more than a Facebook user. You're one of us, and that person is saying hi all. So that's your southern facing space, which is a joy. You can put pretty much any colour in a south facing space, although believe it or not, in the north facing space, I urge you to go with yellow tones in your neutral colours. In the south facing space, I tend to steer away from the yellow tones, because that brightness can actually create an overwhelming yellowness. Too much sunshine if you can't have too much sunshine. So don't do that. Don't do that at all, actually. Steer well away from those creamy yellowy tones in a south facing space, because it just, southern light maximizes them, and not in a very good way, and that's absolutely not what you want. You can go with cooler bases in your colours. So when you pick your colours, you can go with a slightly cooler base, because the southern light will actually warm that up and help it along. So that's one instance where you can go a little bit cooler, and you'll certainly get away with it. Be careful too, and you might know this, in a south facing space, your deeper saturated colours, you might think that the light will bleach them and they'll seem lighter. The opposite actually happens. Because of the volume of light, those deep dark reds and greens and navies and aubergines become more saturated, and they will actually seem deeper. So just be careful of that. You might think the light will actually dilute them down, and it won't. It'll have the opposite effect. You will see those colours in all their glory. So if you don't want this deep dark envelopment of colour in your room, maybe keep those colours for your north facing space, and just embrace the north, and keep more brighter, vibrant, uplifting colours for your south facing space. So generally speaking, in a south-facing space, I tend to go with warm, light colours, because what they will do is they improve the sense of space and light that you've got, and who doesn't want that? Catherine has a question for me. Catherine says, I have a long, dark, narrow hall with the front door is north-facing. I want to keep flow in the house. I have Dulux Calm Cloud in 2 rooms already, and it has a slight blue tinge, but that's okay as I love blue. I think I like a greyish colour. Is there anything you'd recommend? Okay, Catherine, you know what I actually stopped recommending colours without seeing. I did this over lockdown because we had no option. But if you would like, you are in my masterclass group. So will you send me a photograph of the hall and the 2 rooms that are the 2 rooms as well that are already painted? Send me, you're absolutely right. See, you know this because you've done the masterclass. The right greyish will actually pull that together. It's going to flow with your blues if we get the level of the colour right. And this is the benefit. If anybody is on the fence and thinking about doing the online interior design masterclass, I would urge you to do it, because you will learn. If you're enjoying what you're learning here over the couple of days and you love tomorrow's masterclass, if you're enjoying what we're doing, this is only this much. This is only a snippet. It's only a taster, really. That's all I can do in this level of time. But if you're enjoying it, and if you're enjoying the way the information is being delivered, if this is your thing, I would urge you to talk to me about the Interior Design Masterclass. I'm going to be launching it from tomorrow evening onwards for a certain length of time. It's well worth doing, because it's step by step by step by step in a very logical, easy way. I share everything that I have learned with you. It becomes your knowledge. So it's almost your Bible or your resource. However, it also means that, a bit like Catherine, if you're stuck, I'm there for you to support you. So I will support you. That's part of the deal. When you join the masterclass, you get the support as well. And I think that's what makes it a little bit unique. It is an online course, and yes, you buy it once, but the support is there for you long term, for as long as you need it. And that makes it a little bit different. So if anybody's thinking about doing the masterclass, some of the girls have, Kavina's done it, Catherine's done it, 2 Catherines. Look, there's loads of people here who've done it and they've loved it. And listen, I love it. Yesterday I actually rewatched the first module, the one about finding your own interior design style and how to find your own interior design style. And I'll be brutally honest, I enjoyed it as well. I've forgotten actually how good it was, and it was me delivering it, so it's weird, it's me watching me, but I did actually enjoy it. So I would urge you, definitely, this is one thing I would love you to do. I would love you to see you at that masterclass and to step on from what we're doing over these couple of days, because it'll bring you to a different place. So Catherine, you are definitely on the right track. I will pick those colours for you, but I want you to send me the pictures, because it's picking colours blind. During lockdowns, we were in the weirdest of times. It was wartime, really. So that's why I picked colours sometimes by using theory to pick the colours, and thankfully it worked out. And I've even been in 1 or 2 houses where I picked colours during lockdown, and I don't even remember picking those colours, because I picked them for so many. Because I was just giving everything away, because that was the times that we were in. I was just doing it, from a heart place, really. And there was one house in Sligo where all their colours were picked online, and I didn't even remember doing that, but they were gorgeous. And then I came back to finish off the house, which was wonderful. So that, Catherine, that is that's the bonus. That's the bonus of joining the masterclass. You do get that one-to-one support from me, so you're never ever on your own. Another Facebook user is saying, late joining, I'll catch later. Well, listen, that's my fault, because I was late starting, so I do apologise for that. And somebody else saying, fabulous Anne, I'm also joining late, I'll catch in tonight. Do catch in whenever you can, because that's the beauty of, once we're finished here, I will have this recorded and I will have it up, and you can watch it whenever you want. Okay, so we've done north-facing spaces, which are challenging. Your north-facing space is the most challenging space in your house, there's no doubt about that. But if you're careful about what you use and just use what I've told you, use that theory, when you're picking your colours, then happy days. And obviously this is something that I cover in depth in the masterclass because it's really, really important. It's when we're doing colour, there's a whole module about colour, how to pick colours, how to pick your colour schemes, how to pick colour schemes so that your colour schemes flow from room to room without being the same. Because I don't like matchy-matchy, but I certainly like flow. I like everything to be at a certain level. It's a bit like what I said to Catherine about the level of her colours. If you look at your colour swatch, the same colour has different levels of colour. So if you take the same level of colour, maybe the mid colour, and run that throughout your house, if the tones are right, I've often said this before, the tones are more important than the actual colour. So having your tones working are really, really important. And again, that's something that we go into in huge depth in the masterclass, and I just make it easy for you. And I'm showing you photographs and pictures as well, so it's easy for you to see what I'm talking about. So north facing is challenging, south facing is easy. East facing, you're going to get good morning sun in your east facing space, which is fabulous. So if you're building a new house, this is another reason why I want you to, or if you're planning an extension, when you're considering where you're going to position your house on your site, I want you to know what where your east facing space is, and maybe put a room there that will benefit from having that east facing space, because your east facing space is going to catch morning sun. So say you have a breakfast room in your house, well, wouldn't that be the gorgeous, perfect place to have your east facing rooms? Some people like to have that morning sun in the morning when they're getting up, and to have it in a morning space. So just be careful in positioning your rooms to benefit from that east facing light and sunshine. And if you're in your existing space and the room is already there, well then again you must consider what you're going to use that room for, and consider that in that room you're going to have two lights. So in the morning you're going to have brightness, almost like southern facing brightness, and then in the evening time you're going to have a much darker room because the light won't be there in the same way, and the light is very much reduced. So again, thinking about when you want to use that. So when you're picking your colours, remember, if you're using it in the morning, to treat it like a southern facing space, and if you're using it in the evening, to treat it like a northern facing space, and that will actually work. Warm blues and greens and neutrals are very good in an east facing space. They tend to transmute from morning to evening quite well. They will be lighter and brighter in the morning, which is a good thing, and then they're a little bit deeper in the evening time, which is also a good thing, and it's more relaxing. So just be careful of that, because there's going to be a big difference in the light, almost like a black and white difference in the light between morning and evening. So the colours that you pick you're going to need a colour that's going to carry you from morning to evening with the light that you've got. So the whites, neutrals, greys, subtle greys, these are all really, really good colours in an east facing space as well. But if you want a little bit of warmth in the evening time, go with the greens and the blues. They're gorgeous, and there are so many gorgeous, lovely, sludgy, soft, warm greens and blues. All the paint manufacturers are doing them at the moment. They're gorgeous. West facing room is a bit of a joy. I love west facing spaces as well, because you get evening sun. So it's a really good space for your living room, or a room that you're going to be in, for relaxing in the evening time, and you've got all that sun coming in, regardless of whether, what time of day it is. It's nice to have that. So, but again, that room is going to be darker in the morning. It's going to be brighter in the evening. So here you can have a deeper tone if you like, to have things a little bit warmer, and so go with a deeper tone, even of neutral colours. You can get away with that because it's a little bit deeper in the morning time, which will create warmth, and then in the evening time the natural light is coming in, and that is lightening it up a little bit and brightening it up a little bit. So west facing are easy enough as well, to be honest. I scribbled some things down here and now I can't read my writing. Again, west facing space, I'll put it away because I can't read it. In a west facing space, whites, neutrals, the light warm greys work really, really, really well in a west facing space. But the important thing is you have to know what your aspect is, because if you don't, I promise you'll pick the wrong colours for sure. It's really, really important just to know. And once you know, it takes away, because sometimes you might have a room and you think, A few more people trying to get in. You might have a room and you wonder, why is this room so gloomy all the time? Or why does this room feel, I like this room in the morning, but I don't want to go in it in the afternoon or the evening time. And this is why. So once you get used to it, so your homework tonight, I'll put this in the guides tab. So remember here, your homework is up in the guides tabs. And I put the repeat video up there as well. So I want you to get out your compass and I want you to figure out your spaces, because what you do with them is really, really important. And I'm all about creating a good, happy, you walk into some homes and you just get this lovely happy vibe. It feels calm, it feels content, it feels happy, everything flows, everything works, regardless of the style. And that's what I want you to achieve. And you will do that if you know your aspect and if you work to the strengths and the weaknesses of those aspects, because it doesn't matter. Even if your house is facing due north, it doesn't matter. You can create the most amazing home facing due north by knowing the aspect and by working at it. I'm 5'2" and it doesn't stop me. I dress to suit my shape and I dress to suit my size. So it's exactly the same that you will do for your room. You will dress that room to suit the light that's coming in and the aspect, the way that light is facing. Okay, I don't think there's any more questions coming in. No. Nobody's got any questions. Okay, maybe you know everything there is to know about aspect. But seriously, if you want that article, I'll just pop it here and then you'll have it. If you are not on the mailing list, will you please join the VIP mailing list, because I will be sending good stuff out to everybody and you're going to miss it. So there is a link here. Catherine is saying, thank you, Anne. Now the brightness is coming in here. I'll send on the photos. I'd recommend the masterclass to anyone who's starting from scratch, of redecorating, to give you confidence with design and pulling your vision together. Well, thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much. I know you've achieved, listen, so many people, including you, have achieved so many things because this masterclass is my baby. I literally, I have been calling it Sharing the Secrets. I'm thinking of renaming it, but I'm still sharing my secrets. That's what I'm doing, and helping you to get from here to here. I want you to have the home of your dreams. I want you to have this knowledge. This is why I did this challenge, because when I was at the show 2 weeks ago almost, I realised people were struggling with things that they shouldn't be struggling with. So that's why I thought I'd do the 3-day challenge. And tomorrow I'm going to have the masterclass. There'll be plenty of good stuff there. I will tell you in depth about my online masterclass. It's confusing if I call tomorrow's session a masterclass, but tomorrow's a challenge masterclass. And I will tell you all about the online interior design masterclass. It's an 8-module course that you stop and start and do as often as you want, whenever you want. But the beauty is that I am there to back up. I'm there. You're not on your own, and lots of the girls know this. Some have needed loads of help, some have needed very little, but that's unique to you. I will be there every day as you need me, and there'll be times it's feast or famine. There'll be times when you need a lot and times when you don't. And one thing that I'm thrilled to bits about is that so many of the girls who have done the online masterclass, complete masterclass, have actually come back to do this challenge, because they might be, some of them are starting again, some of them just want to refresh their passion and their enthusiasm. Others have a very specific project going on in their home that they want to get stuck into now, and this is going to give them the momentum to move forward. Now, I also know that a few people have sent me messages saying, I can't find my login link, because it's a while since they've looked at it. So I know Moya Dixon was one, and there's a good few people. So anybody who's doing the masterclass, if you need the login link, send me a message and I'll gladly and happily send that back to you, because because they actually, sorry, I've lost my train of thought. They want to go back and do the masterclass all over again. That was Moya and Catherine. A good few people said they're going to do that. They're going to start from the beginning again. So if this challenge was that gift to get you to go back and do it again, because you can do it as many times as you want. And the joy is that in a couple of weeks' time, when it goes up on this really fancy Kajabi platform, it's going to be like having your own, your own Netflix, because everything is going to be there, and it's going to be so beautiful, and it's going to be so, the interface is going to be so easy. If you're not technical, it's going to be so easy, and it's going to be much prettier to look at. And this is why I would urge people, if anybody is on the fence or thought about joining the masterclass before, when it goes up on that Kajabi platform, the price is going to increase. It's going to increase by about €100, which is quite a big jump. So if anybody is thinking, or if it's your birthday, or if somebody wants to buy you an Easter present, encourage them to do this, or buy it for yourself as a gift, because it won't ever be at this price again, ever. I can tell you that, it just won't. And it's still going to be really good value when it goes up in Kajabi and goes up on the when the price goes up. That's, it's a no-brainer. It could be the best money. To be honest, the cost of this masterclass is pretty much the same. If you bought the wrong rug for your house, and hands up how many people have done that, or the wrong anything for your house, that money's wasted. So by doing the masterclass, you're investing in yourself, and you will not waste money. You will not make the wrong choices. And even if you're undecided, and so many people have said to me, indecision is my problem, and I know it's a problem for everybody. If you're part of the masterclass group, if you do that course, I'm there for you. So you can send me a photograph of 2 rugs and say, Anne, what do you think? And I guarantee you that the one I pick is probably the one that you pick as well, because with the knowledge, your confidence has increased. But I will always be there to keep you right. Always. That's my absolute promise. So it's a no-brainer, and I'd love to see you there. I really would. I'm going to launch this on Thursday, tomorrow evening, and it'll be launched only for about a week or 10 days. It's going to be open for about a week, and then the cart will close, and then it goes off to Lucy, and it goes up in Kajabi, and it's going to be a different animal then. It's going to look amazing, but you guys are all going to get it anyway. You'll get it because you're in at this point. You're in as my founding members. So every time it's upgraded, every time something is added to it, you get it automatically. You don't even have to remind me. It happens. That's how clever Kajabi is. Much more clever than me. And I guarantee if Kajabi was setting up the times for the lives and the challenges, I wouldn't have been 10 minutes late. And I'm sorry about that. Okay, again, this is coming up as a Facebook user, and I don't know who it is. Same as Catherine, definitely recommend the masterclass. It really does take so much stress out of the whole project, and you feel so much more in control when talking to suppliers, making choices and being able to refer back to Anne on and off. It's an absolute blessing. Don't know who that is. Rosari, gosh, amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I know you're going through a massive build at the moment, and you are so ready. And now Rosari's another one who's actually doing the challenge to Kickstarter as well, and she's going to go back and just check that you have your login, because I know you watched module 1 yesterday. So Rosari, thank you so much. Now, I didn't mean to spend today talking about the masterclass, but listen, that's how passionate and excited I am about it. And it's easy for me to say it's amazing, enjoying it, but when the girls are saying the same and saying it 10 times better than I could ever say it, well, I rest my case. So listen, that's the end of today. I will post the article. I'll do that for you now so that you have it, because it's very useful, very valuable to have. It did take me 7 hours, imagine, to put it together, because I checked every single paint colour and every single swatch, but I know that it works, so it will work for you as well. But you do need to check it in your own space as well. When you pick your colours, put that swatch up in your space to make sure that you love it. Somebody else is saying, yes, really enjoyed the masterclass. I learned loads and have brilliant knowledge going forward for any interior design work. And again, I don't know who that is. It's coming up as Facebook user. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That makes me so happy to, because this was a dream of mine for a long time. I wanted to share what I know. I wanted to share my passion. I can only work one-to-one with a very limited amount of people, and there is a cost implication. When I design your house, it costs anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 euro per property, start to finish. It's a big investment, and most people, that's not in the budget as much and all as you would like it, and that is the reality of it. So to be able to help you, I could get emotional, but to be able to help you, to be able to help you, create your dream home. Because I did this once. I was a girl who had absolutely no money we put all of our money, and that, into our house in Dublin when we bought it. It was an absolute wreck of a house. And if I had a course like this to do, it would have made life so much easier for me. I had 3 small boys as well at the same time. And, I had to learn it as I went along. But then I think that's a good thing too, because I wouldn't be here if I didn't have to learn it and I didn't decide to study interior design professionally. I would not be here. I might have gone back to nursing, which might have been a good thing too. But anyway, this is the way my life panned out. But you know, I want to help you. I want to help as many people as I can, and I want to make it as affordable as I can. And that's not devaluing what the cost is, not devaluing what I'm giving you, because honestly, I think it's what I'm giving you doesn't have a price really. Honestly, it doesn't have a price, because knowledge is king. Yesterday, I met up with somebody who has actually joined the masterclass already. She joined early, she joined yesterday. And she has been struggling for weeks, maybe even longer, in making decisions. And I could just see the relief. I could see her shoulders going down. I could see her face relaxing, because in that 10 minutes, everything was sorted, and she knew in her heart that all these decisions were the right ones, and she can move on. And that's what I want. That's what I want. I want your shoulders to go down. I want to take your stress away. But most of all, I want you to have the home of your dreams, you know, regardless of your budget, regardless of where you are now. And I want to give you the knowledge and the satisfaction of doing it for yourself, because you know something, it is incredibly satisfying to do it, and you will be so proud of it. And start off small. Start off with a bedroom or your downstairs loo or something like that. But if it's going to be your downstairs loo, you have to do something incredible as well. And then you'll move on to the bigger projects. Knowledge and confidence. I'll give you both. Kavina. Oh gosh, I will start crying in a minute. I'm glad it's a bit bright here, because it's hard for me to read this. Again, another testimonial. The knowledge that I've picked up has been a life changer and interesting and so easy to follow. Give it a go and you won't regret it. Even my husband is learning. I know that. I know that. I actually met Kavina and Will at the show. Kavina's been here on the Room Junkie lives, gosh, for the last 2 years, since the start of lockdown. And we actually met, and you know, it was gorgeous. It was like meeting an old dear friend. That's the kind of relationships and friendships that are happening here as well. There's a little bit of magic going on. And I know that Will is actually doing the course as well. And you're not the only couple who have done it. I have a few people, and they've both done it. Particularly people who are building, and you're almost building, because you're doing a massive extension. So it's almost like a new build project. But it's a good thing to do. It is a good thing to do. You will learn. You will learn. You'll be surprised by what you'll learn. And you'll be surprised what you find in yourself then. But I'm always there. The backup is always there. That's your insurance. And then it gets to the stage where you don't need me anymore. And lots of people have got to that stage. And, you know, and I don't hear from you unless you pop in to say hello, haven't seen you for ages, or if I send out an email or something. And as well as that, for anybody who is in the existing, Sharing the Secrets Masterclass, there is a supporting Facebook group aligned. That's where we talk. That's where you get me. I have things planned. Actually, I have lots planned. I'm going to do a live in the next couple of days, or maybe even over the Easter weekend, and let you know exactly what I'm doing, because two girls, Rachel and Breda, joined last week and Rosemary joined yesterday. So they know more than you guys know, because I want to almost reignite that group. I want to make it a little bit different. I learned from the girls, from Jeanette and Deirdre from Kay's Flower School, because the way that they have their online course, but they have fantastic support within that group, and they showed me ways of doing it. So I'm going to actually do a little bit of what they're doing and have that in the group. So the support is going to be different. And once a month, on the 15th of every month, I'm actually going to have, there's going to be a masterclass live into that group with a topic, some that I will pick, some that you will pick, but always topics that will be of fundamental value to you, particularly for those that are building or renovating, because the whole landscape is changing, lead times are changing, costs are escalating. So I think we need to approach the whole design process a little bit differently than we might have a year or 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm very excited about that. There's a lot happening there, and you'll hear more about that. But that's specifically for those people who are doing the masterclass or who have done the masterclass, because you're still in that group. That's where you will get in contact with me. That's where we all hang out. And yeah, I have a lot planned for there. It was almost like a revelation. I thought, gosh, I can do this quite easily, and it's going to help so many people there. So for anybody joining in, you'll all be part of that as well. Okay, so on that point, I am going to go. I am actually going to go, I have to go shopping. and tons, I'm shopping, and I think there's a lot of people trying to get into this group as well, so I need to admit them in as well. So I will be back tomorrow at 7:30. So listen, I will be on time tomorrow, I promise you. I'll even come in early. In fact, I'm going to set up that studio now. Once I'm finished here, I've never done that. Imagine, in 2.5 years of doing Facebook Lives and Zooms, I have never forgotten to set up the broadcast until today. But so forgive me. Your bonus will be, I'll put that article here today about the paints, and you won't have to worry about looking for paints. You'll know exactly what paints to go for, and it's a really good place to start. Okay, so I'll post your homework as well, and it's 7:30 tomorrow evening. It will be back in here. I will send out email reminders, and I will send out, I'll send a reminder here as well, so you don't forget, because the masterclass is important. It's going to be a consolidation of everything that we've covered this week and more. I'll have bonus content for you as well. So until then, have a lovely afternoon. It's actually quite nice here. Sun is shining and it's pleasant, and I haven't seen too much of it, but I'm hoping to get out shortly. Okay, so stay safe, stay fabulous. I won't be here at 3 o'clock tomorrow, but I will be here bang on the nose of 7:30 tomorrow evening. So I'll see you then. And thanks for your patience with me being late today. I am really, really, really sorry. Bye, guys.